The fuse has been lit, it's Wednesday night, Denise and Reg. Post Dynamite, come and get your Easter eggs, it's a dub. Middle of the week, it's AEW. Dynamic wrestling and end your night with us, it's a must. It's Dynamite, it might combust. Speak now, we're gonna give you all the recap. Live on YouTube is where you see that. The Cali connection with the feedback.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We got to get into AEW Dynamite. What a night. Wednesday, July 10th, we got the finals of the Owen Hart Cup. We had a brutal, and I mean brutal attack. We are making our way to AEW All In. Reg, what is up? How are you?
Denise, what an ending to AEW Dynamite, am I right? The show was going great. I liked it a lot. And then the ending came and I was like, wow, this is one of those shows right here. Very excited to be here. It's Wednesday night. It's warm in Oakland, California. California Connection is back in the building. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I got to tell you, Reg, I thought this was a fun night of Dynamite, and I was missing our show last week. It's not the same, Reg. We had a good time last week, but I was like, Reg, we miss you. We miss you here on the show.
Yeah, it ain't the same with having a Dynamite, watching it, and then just it's over and it's over. No, I got to come talk about it with my friend Denise. We got to talk some shit, and I'm so happy to be here. All of our supporters are here. I hope Sheldon Mysterio's in here because he was hounding me every time I was on the timeline talking about Bryan Danielson winning this match, and he would come in there with this little, but what about Hangman's going to win? No, Hangman's going to win. Look what happened. I told you what was going to happen, and it happened.
Dude, okay, I feel like we've been out here sharing our thoughts, sharing our opinions, and hey, sometimes we're wrong, but sometimes we're spot on, and I think this one here was a spot on one for Bryan Danielson specifically, and Mariah May too, because we had been saying it makes perfect sense for this story for both Bryan Danielson and Mariah May to get those victories. So yeah, it does make a whole lot of sense. Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin, Reg. Where do you want to start off? Because I feel like the way that the show ended kind of calls for us starting there.
Agreed. Because
it was such a gruesome attack that we saw. We literally, after seeing Mariah May close out this night, defeating Willow Nightingale, winning the Owen Hart Cup, and now she turned on Toni Storm and attacked the living life out of this woman. Reg, I thought she was going to behead her with her shoe.
Yeah, Denise, I've been up and down on the kind of result on what was going to happen here because I knew Mariah was going to win. They're going to set up this big match. And I had gotten to a point where it's like, maybe they don't need to turn on each other. Maybe this doesn't need to happen. They developed this great friendship. Like, I know how it began and kind of what the objective was. I was like, maybe this shouldn't happen. And then this happened tonight, and I saw Mariah May, and she was vicious, and she was all over Toni Storm, and she bloodied her, and she's licking the blood. I'm like, oh, I see exactly what happened. This thing hit so hard. I didn't know if it was going to happen so quickly, Denise, but wow, it shocked the hell out of me.
Thank you. Me too. I was watching this and it's funny because I wanted to come out here and I wanted to laugh because Toni Storm was so happy and she was hopping and being so jolly. And I started to think, when is Toni Storm going to put two and two together that, hey, she's now facing Mariah May? And so this whole time I thought, oh, the turn is going to happen gradually. Oh, the turn is going to happen in a few weeks from now. That's what I thought the whole way through. But no, I honestly prefer the way that it happened here tonight because it did catch me off guard, even though we all knew it was coming. So I feel like them doing it right here, right now, because everyone and their mothers knew this turn was happening, but it was just a matter of the timing of when. And I think it's the timing that maybe not a lot of people might have guessed. Some, of course, but maybe not all.
I think that kind of plays into the story there, Denise, because you said, when was Toni going to kind of realize that she was in this match? Mariah didn't give her a chance. She's like, okay, I'm in this match. My mission objective coming into this company has been achieved. So now I could do what I've always kind of wanted to do, and that's beat your ass and beat Luther's ass. I thought it was, like you said, it kind of made it better that it was unexpected, because if it would have came next week and Mariah would have talked and she would have still been doing this kind of teasy looking behind it, but like, all right, no, just get right to it, catch everybody off guard, and leave us with an ending like that.
Dude, okay, so the attack, man, she just started going. Toni Storm is like gushing blood already, right? And then she goes in and she grabs her head with the freaking shoe. And she wouldn't stop like just pounding her with it, Reg.
Crazy.
It's funny because I haven't posted my reaction on Instagram, but I'm going to post it. But then I started thinking, is Instagram even going to allow this kind of a video to go up? Am I going to get flagged for violence? Because it's so bad. The beatdown is so bad that I don't even know if I can post that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, what kind of, if she does do the turn, what will it be? And I wasn't really expecting this. It's kind of cool that Toni Storm's maybe set us up with this by continuously like wearing white, kind of being fancy and elegant. And Mariah took advantage of that, bloodying her up. Watch for the shoe, and Toni Storm didn't watch for the shoe, Denise. Look at that. They're just tying these stories together so well. I didn't expect Mariah to be so vicious, I guess. And she just kind of shocked the world right there. What a great way to have a great match and end the night and become one of the hottest heels in the company instantly.
Well, that's the thing that you mentioned, not expecting Mariah May to become such a heel so fast, but I love that. And the reason for that is she's been sort of playing this very cute, I'm going to hang on to her bosom and I'm going to be she's sort of been a little bit airheady, right? Like she's just been like, oh, I want everybody to be happy and right. This, but that was all a facade. She was masquerading behind this is the real version of Mariah May. And that's what we need, because if this is going to be a match at All In, which it is, Toni Storm versus Mariah May at All In for the AEW Women's World Championship, you cannot have a challenger that's like, I'm just happy to be here. Oh, I don't know what to do. No, this vicious, mean, I just backstabbed this person that I was supposedly idolizing.
Yep.
That is the version of Mariah May that we need here.
Yeah, especially they've been telling the story for so long, Denise, and the last couple of weeks, Toni's really accepted Mariah in, like, we're friends now. You're not my sec. You're not anything. Like, we're best friends kind of doing this. And for them to get right to it. And the crazy thing, Denise, All In's not that far away. Like, it's a month and some away. Like, we got to get to it. And this is a great way to get into one of the hottest matches. It also adds prestige onto the Owen Hart tournament because this happened on the tail ends of that. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Now, I do want to go, it's funny because now that I think about it, this should have been a dead giveaway that the turn was happening here tonight. Why? Because it was the main event. It
was the main event. Yeah, I didn't even think. I was just like, when Mercedes had her thing and then it was the women's match back to, I was like, hooray, women. I didn't even put together that it was a thing, you know?
I thought, look at Tony Khan putting the women in the main event. Woohoo. That's what I was thinking too. But there was a reason. There was a writing on the wall for this. But there's another big portion that we need to talk about. So first of all, okay, wait. Before we skip over that, Mariah May, Toni Storm, Mariah May is winning right at All In. Like, there's no way she's not taking that title from Toni Storm. Reg, don't even think about it. There's no thinking about it.
Are you sure, Denise?
Yes, Reg. Yes.
I don't know if I'm sure.
The money, Reg, is in Mariah May right now, I think. She is going to be AEW's top female star. And what better moment than to do it in London for Mariah May?
I'm not immediately in.
Boo.
I'm not. I have to think about it.
Why? What are the cons here? Besides Tony Khan, what are the cons?
Toni Storm getting that big win at All In.
But she's already the champion. Yay, you're still... No.
She's earned it.
I think she needs to lose it.
How do you reward her for her hard work?
We have been rewarding her. She's the champion.
She needs some more.
She's been being rewarded.
The biggest show you have of the year, your champion that's been carrying this division on her back, maybe give her a good thing, you know? Well, she's been carrying this division, Denise. We've been saying this is the #1 women's wrestler, maybe in the world, character, everything.
Dude.
What if she gets a big win there?
Mariah May is from London. Islington, London, to be specific. I don't know where that's at, but she's from there, Reg. How do you not have this mean? I know she's mean, and I know we only like happy endings here, but it calls for the perfect moment. And you know what's funny, Reg? Can I point out that the other day, to the last time you were here, you were not feeling sorry for Toni Storm. You were all saying that she deserves the actions that Mariah May did to her. And now all of a sudden, you don't want to see Toni Storm lose. Are you feeling sorry for her? Are you wanting this woman to get her happy ending?
I wouldn't say sorry, but like, yo, what kind of thing does she get? She just does all this work and then she just loses at the biggest show of all time, or the
did you not just see all the work Mariah did?
She's gonna have the big moment too. She's gonna lose in a great fashion at All In, and everybody's gonna cheer her as she's lost the match.
No, I think she should win. Mariah May needs to win.
Does she?
Yes.
I need to think about it. I'm not immediately in, Denise.
I'm sorry. All the answers are there. They're all there. Mariah May for the win.
But listen, Denise, after tonight, how much stronger is Toni Storm? After that beatdown, how much bigger of a babyface is she?
I mean, of course, I feel bad for her. I think she's a great babyface. I get it. I'm interested in all of it. But she's also the champion. And I kind of want to sometimes see the heels get some big moments. And I want to see heel Mariah May get rewarded for being such a mean girl. And then we can start this new era of Mariah May.
You know what? Bryan Danielson's going to win the championship and be at the end, so I'll allow it.
You see what I mean? See what I mean? Thank you, Reg. It only took me 11 minutes to persuade you.
I was like, let me think about it, Denise, and you're like, no, actually, and I'm like, oh, maybe you're right.
Thank you. I was like, I'm not going to let this rest. Mariah May for the victory at All In. All right. Okay. It's just, come on, guys. It's all there. It's all written right there. All right. So before we get into everything else, we're still on this topic of this match because there's another part of this we need to talk about because the person that she beat, Willow Nightingale, kind of got screwed by her former friends again, Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. What did you make of that?
I like that part when Stokely runs down with the hoodie and a Sting hoodie on, and they're like, who is that? And I knew exactly what it was. I'm like, who would be causing havoc to Willow Nightingale right now that looks like that? Only one person in the world. Here's Stokely. Stat comes in and kicks him in the head. I like it because it continues the story, of course, Denise. They got so much more story to tell, Willow and Stat. Stokely's going to continuously be involved. This gives Willow motivation because since she beat Stat in the last match, like she could have been like, we're done here. Like, I beat you. I don't care. But this gives her motivation to want to go and fight them again. So I like the way that they ended it.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. I'm excited about all of this. I was just talking about this. I forgot when I was talking about this, but right now we're getting a lot of stories for the women on AEW, and it just feels right. I mean, Willow, Chris right now, Mariah, Toni, and just, Mercedes, Britt, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. And there's so much right now that feels like, and I'm interested in all of it. That's the thing. Yeah. I care about Willow because she's a rising star. I want to see them continue to book Chris in a way where she is more than what she was before. I'm interested as hell in the Britt Mercedes feud. And now this, which like you said, has been the very best. They have all of the top women's feuds right now are completely hitting it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, and tonight, Denise, specifically, it was all the main event. You know what I mean? It was Mercedes right into the main event match, which told all three of these stories. And it's like, if these are the stories that are going to be told, it's going to be a great summer because these are all the hottest, most popular women in the division, in the company. These matches at All In are going to be so energetic, so hot. The crowd's going to be super into them. I'm excited.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the super chats. I'm already seeing a variety of different topics here. And Crazy 101 starts us off with sucks that Stephanie signed to the Fed. W. Bryan. All right, well, heads up, guys. I have been promoting the hell out of my Stephanie interview. You guys can check that out. It's up here. It's been up here. I mean, I was on that, Reg, from like the very beginning. I'm like, this girl's going to go places. I'm going to interview her. I'm going to get that content. And look.
All right, let me get 2 minutes on how you feel about this, Denise.
Okay, so at first, I was sort of surprised by it because I did think that she was going to go with AEW because she was just there for Forbidden Door. She was in a big matchup with Mercedes Moné. We saw her. I mean, you saw, we were talking about it here. I put Stephanie over a whole lot for really, I thought, being the best performer in that match, which is saying a lot because that's a very, very tough thing to do when you're up against somebody like Mercedes. But when you're up against a performer like Mercedes and you're able to look stronger, that is really a huge, huge testament to Stephanie. And right then and there, all of a sudden, of course, everybody should be looking at wanting her, whether it's AEW trying to get her to sign her full-time with AEW, or whether it's WWE. This is I know they don't like to say it, but this is a competition. And AEW, as we know, has already won over so many of these top free agents. We've talked about Okada. We've talked about Will Ospreay. And so now, all of a sudden, WWE, not all of a sudden, but WWE is trying to get some wins on there too. Now, here's the funny part. A lot of people on social media were basically saying, oh, WWE just saw Stephanie in AEW and they took her. Yes, you can make that argument. Of course, you can make that argument. Why wouldn't you? And then, but here's the thing. Stephanie did try out with WWE back in 2018. I posted that clip. It's up here on the channel. And the way she spoke about how they treated her because they gave her those 2 extra days to come and see her family because she financially could not go from Mexico back to Chile to see her family. They gave her those extra days. And hey, man, that goes a long way. When people do nice things for you, you remember that. But on top of that, of course, there's money. There's who knows what the situation is in terms of like visas and things like that. I don't know the details on that, but I can imagine that all of those things played into it. Now, I know a lot of people have also been saying that they feel that Stephanie would fit better in AEW. I do want to bring up a pro here for her going to WWE. And the pro is that she is different from a lot of the performers that they have right now. A lot of the girls on NXT, the top ones, they're mainly getting over with their, most of them are former gymnasts. So they're getting over with that type of style.
Flips.
You have Stephanie, who is totally different and a lot more, she's a lot more polished. So she is going to go in there and just look a lot different than a lot of the girls. And that instantly, I think, puts her at the very top when it comes to NXT, because that's where I'm assuming she's going to be.
I was going to say, they're sending that woman to NXT?
Well, Shawn Michaels posted, like, see you in Orlando. So I'm assuming she's going to be on NXT.
Don't see you in Orlando, Baldhead HBK. Send her to the main roster, dude. We saw it. You signed her for a reason, big dog. You watched that Forbidden Door match, Triple H, Paul Levesque, and you were like, wow, how do I? Oh, I was going to go in. Sorry. Congratulations, Triple H.
What were you going to go in for, Reg? Okay, but hey, this is the way it works, right? This is the way it works.
Yeah, this is the
There's
game.
People that are hot, and you're going to want to take them. You're going to want to grab them, and you're going to want to, you're going to want to win. This is a competition. This is a war, whether people like to say it or not. This is, what is it? This is how you play the game.
If anybody knows how to play the game,
about the game.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless of that, Denise, we talked on here about how incredible of a talent she is. So this is like not surprising at all. Like there is a reason that they were like, oh, let's sign this person because she destroyed it and she's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. So why wouldn't they?
Of course, we got Crazy 101 who says also the crowd was okay today. Will versus MJF next week. I can't believe that is happening already. Can we talk about that really quickly? Because I was not expecting for them to announce that we were going to be getting Will Ospreay versus MJF next week.
I was doing thumbs down to the crowd. The crowd was god awful today.
Oh, I didn't really notice that today.
Yeah, it was not that good. I'm surprised about this, Denise. MJF and Will Ospreay, I kind of was under the impression that was going to be the all-in match. And then Pac, we'll talk about that, won that match. And then I was like, oh, Pac and Will Ospreay, though.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, Reg. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I feel bad now because now I'm completely disregarding MJF. Like, I'm not even expecting him to win in this match. My brain went exactly where yours did. Will Ospreay, Pac. What?
I was like, what are you guys saying to me? We could get what now? Yeah. Let me get that. So I don't know what this is, but like potentially this is going to sound, I guess, not that crazy. MJF could win next week.
I think so too. So too. No, wait, MJF winning next week? Wait, what'd you say?
I think so too. Hold on.
What'd you? No,
but I was saying,
MJF's not winning next week.
I don't want him to, but I'm saying he could.
No, because they have already. No, because, okay, there's two people right now, just me and you on this video screen, and both of our minds went to Will Ospreay versus Pac. That tells me that that's what the sickos are thinking. And who books for the sickos? It's Tony Khan. So no, MJF's not winning against Will Ospreay next week.
Because they didn't say, did they say that the Pac match was for All In, or he's just, because he was just like, I want to be at All In.
I thought it was just for the AEW International Championship, but did they say when?
They didn't. Exactly. So he could potentially not get it then. MJF could win. MJF versus Daniel Garcia for the International Championship at All In. I just came up with that.
So when do we get Pac and Will Ospreay then?
I don't know, like a week or so after that. Oh, Blood and Guts.
All right. I'm just confused now, Reg. What are we doing?
I don't know.
All I know is that I need Pac versus Will Ospreay. And I don't care how we get there as long as we get there.
I want it.
I want it too. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. A lot of people are bringing up different scenarios, time limits. Who the hell knows? Okay, someone said he's fighting the winner at All In.
Oh, okay. And then there's All Out that's also what I thought about is that three-way.
No, so, that can't be right.
Maybe Osprey is going over.
I'm expected to see Will Ospreay versus MJF at All In.
That's next week.
But that match should be at All In.
What do you think is going to happen next week?
I don't know. Some fluke ending where we're going to get this match at All In.
I also thought somebody said it in the chat. Osprey, Pac, and Ricochet, three-way at All In.
Oh my God, this is getting too complicated, guys. Someone smarter than us, please give us all the right answers here. All right, before Sheldon Jackson, thank you so much for gifting 5 DWO memberships. As always, he also says, fun fact, Okada hasn't defended his title since Dynasty versus Pac and the Young Bucks. Pac and the Young Bucks haven't defended their title since winning them at Dynasty, almost 3 months and counting. Holy shit. And I'm not surprised by that because I think it was the last time you and I did this show, Reg. Mm-hmm. I had told you that I forgot Okada was even a champion, and I think he ended up having a match on Collision. I didn't watch that week's edition of Collision, but I had said I almost felt like I forgot Okada was even holding gold, which is not a great thing to say.
I think it was that Ultimo Guerrero match too that people didn't really like. So it wasn't even like the best showing. I did
see that match.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know why they gave him the championship, but it's like Okada and you kind of should, but like kind of how he is, he doesn't really need it. Like his aura is enough. Like all the times that he was shown tonight, he wasn't shown with the belt. So it's like, what's really going on here? I don't know what they're doing here, but I hope that they do something.
We got Crazy 101 who says Swerve versus Okada next week too. WWE could never. Doppelganger 399 says, oh my God, Luther's dead. Rip Luther, he's gone. Toodaloo. Crazy 101 says, what an ending. Mariah May is crazy. Sheldon Jackson says, second year in a row, an Owen Hart Cup winner turns heel. After winning the Owen last year, Ricky Starks turned heel, and this year, Mariah May turns heel. I love everybody with great memories like this.
I couldn't have remembered that for $1 gazillion.
You know who we're missing here, right?
I mean, he is where he is for a reason.
Exactly. We're missing Will Washington because Will Washington would have been like, exactly last year, Ricky Starks turned.
I know.
There's a reason why Will's where he's at. All right. We got Van Housen Van Life. It says it's destiny. The AEW World Championship demands Bryan Danielson to be part of its lineage. Thank you so much, Van Housen Van Life. Before we jump too ahead of everything, because we were discussing Will Ospreay and MJF, I don't want to get too far from that promo. Let's get into that right now because it's funny. Did you love this? Because I honestly loved Will Ospreay's promo, and I'm starting to wonder if I just love everything Will Ospreay says and does. And now I'm starting to wonder if it's just me. Am I just a big fangirl here? Was this good? I thought it was fun when he basically said that MJF was insecure, that he ruined Daniel Garcia's opportunities due to the insecurity, Daniel Garcia not being able to wrestle until God knows when, and then eventually him saying that okay, so he starts building this up, Reg. He starts talking about how they're in Calgary and there's such smart fans there, and I thought he was going to pull the audience and be like, am I a great wrestler or something, whatever. No, instead he said, I have more talent in my left nut than all of MJF.
Yep.
Sorry, that's my kind of comedy, so it works.
Gross. Denise, the thing that I liked about it is Will Ospreay got on MJF's level. He brought in that right there. He got them to chant about a left nut. He knew exactly what it takes to get. He knew exactly what it takes to get under Max's skin, and that was the way. I also love that Will Ospreay has been reading the room, and like he knows that American, or in this case Canadian style, if you're on TV, it's a different type of promo, and he's adjusted exactly to that. I like this a lot, like coming out the beginning of the show the way Max usually does, and doing Max is a good way to add more layers to Ospreay's character.
I think by the end of the year, we're going to be having a serious conversation about how Will Ospreay is one of the best in promos in AEW. Yeah. Because right now, he came in with a lot of people going, oh, he's not good at promos, and right? He came in with a lot of that criticism. But tell me one bad promo that Will Ospreay has had since he's been with the company so far. Do you know how hard it is for someone to go out there, get you excited about shit, while also feeling authentic, like they're not reading off of some script, and making people laugh and surprising them with the things he says?
Yeah, it's I was thinking, I was like, maybe because his matches are so great, Denise, like he doesn't have to worry about like what am I going to do in a match? Like that's just so far out of his brain. He could focus 100% in on the character and promo work, and that's why he is what he is. He just feels like a natural. Like I always go back to what he said about how when he was in New Japan, after every match, they essentially just force you to do a promo. You have the match and they're like, here, talk about what happened. What are you going to do next? And that trained him for like, you're going to be in front of a crowd of this many people, and we need you to say something and get over this matches. And he's just so comfortable and natural at it. It's really fascinating, Denise, because I was on that same side of like, I don't know, man, American TV is way different than Japanese, being a Japanese legend like he was, but he's taking it on all the way.
Man, I agree with that. We got Roberto Arsenal here who says 2 things. Congrats to Stephanie Vaquer. She deserves her money and success. Don't mess this up, Triple H. Number 2, Mariah. Her story arc has been handled great since day 1. The women's division is on fire. And I agree with what he said here about Mariah May. I do think that Tony Khan, from day 1, that he managed to get Mariah on the AEW roster. I truly think that he has been setting her up again to become the top woman on AEW television.
That's why I think I'm going to be on your side with this, Denise, of her going over at All In, just because as we continuously talk about on this show, AEW fans love a homegrown star. And even though like Mariah's not like, I started my career in AEW, blah, blah, she's not a homegrown star. Essentially, she feels like it because off the beginning of her coming, we've seen her whole story play out on TV, and the fans now feel attached to her, even though she's a heel, and there's still some attachment to her. And I could see her winning the championship at All In, honestly.
We got Christopher Marino. He says here, I will admit when I'm wrong and give you your flowers for Bryan Danielson. Let's effing go. Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Champion. Someone mentioned it earlier. It has to happen in this lineage. I firmly believe, Reg, and maybe this is a topic for another podcast, but I firmly believe that Bryan Danielson is the best AEW hire. And to me, how do you not put that AEW World Championship on Bryan? I know he doesn't want it. But I think at this point, it's not about what he wants. It's about what we want. The fans, damn it.
Telling a wrestler like Bryan Danielson, it's not about what you want, dude. It's about what we want. Yeah, no, Denise, they talked a lot about, everybody's like, oh, this person's the best hire. This person's the best hire. I think Swerve is one of the best hires. But like, this company and what it represents and what it is, like Tony Khan wanted to create this company because of what Bryan Danielson did, because of what he created in Ring of Honor and PWG and what he did on his way up here. He wanted this company is a Bryan Danielson company. It was only fitting when he came in, and it's only fitting that he has a championship reign, at least, even if it's for 5 minutes and they do something dumb. Get the championship on this guy. It's Bryan Danielson. He's the guy, the best ever.
I at least need more than a month. None of this 5 minutes crap. At least a month.
Okay.
At least until the next pay-per-view, which we've talked about the scenario with Wrestle Dream and all of that. All Out. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about All Out, man, bro. I forgot about All Out like 100 times this year.
He wins it at All In and loses it at All Out.
No, that's too in and out.
Like
no, let's at least wait till Wrestle Dream, Reg.
Get it off of them.
Hater.
Immediately.
Hater. Christopher Santos here says Tony woke up today and chose bloody violence for
a lot
real.
of blood on this show.
Of that. Mm-hmm. A lot of blood and a lot of bitch. Can we is that a problem? Because we've had at least 4 bitches here tonight.
There's a lot of bitch on this show, Denise. Like, how do you feel as I don't know.
I feel like I have to come out here and be like, hey, everybody, welcome to the Dynamite Post Show, bitch. That feels like that's the most fitting way to introduce the show.
That's a big Mercedes thing, though. She loves bitch. Like, she brings bitch.
Everybody said bitch today. Will Ospreay, Swerve, Mercedes. There was a 4th one. Who was the 4th one? Someone else had it. Reg, there was a 4th person. Who was the 4th person?
I wasn't keeping bitch count, Denise.
I was keeping count of the bitches. There was another one. I know for a fact there was another one.
I was keeping count of the bitches is the funniest thing ever.
Who was the other bitch? There was another one in there. I know it for a fact.
I'm dead. I was keeping count of the bitches.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there was a 4th one, and I'm gonna remember who it was because I said it was Swerve, it was Will, it was Mercedes. There was one more. You're so lucky I don't remember who it was.
Drive Denise crazy all night.
Well, because now it's something that I notice. You know when someone points something out and now you can't stop noticing it?
Yeah.
People are saying it was Max Caster.
Maybe.
Was it Max
I can see
Caster?
that. I can see that.
I don't know. All right, whatever. I'm gonna keep a bitch count next week. Watch. Next week we're gonna have a little bitch counter on a little ticker.
A bitch counter is crazy.
Oh man. All right. Okay, we got Drew Ninja 77 who says Mariah chose violence today. Watch for the shoe. Crazy 101 says Hangman, Jericho, Mariah are all psychos. All in has a lit build.
Forgot about Jericho.
We'll talk about that in a second because I'm finally going to put over the learning tree today. We got Matt Logan says, Reg, what did you think of the acclaimed rap video? Take the floor, Reg. Oh, I thought, no, you don't want to take the floor? Are you scared, Reg? You think Max Caster is going to rap about you next week? Are you broken, Reg? Did you think it sucked? Because I didn't hate it. I thought it was kind of funny. There was some catchy little parts there. But then again, I'm not a rap expert, so I technically don't know what's great.
I didn't like it.
Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Denise, why are you doing this to me?
You could at least signal it with your hands. Give me a number with your hands. You won't say it on the air. Reg, how bad was it? Oh, a 2. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll take the 2. That's not too bad. Look, I personally did not hate it. It was what it was. But then again, I was like tweeting and watching. So there you go. All right.
Okay, let me tell real quick.
Okay.
I like that in a wrestling show that happened. Do I like the content of it? Not so much. But I do like, I was watching a wrestling show and a rap video happened, even if it wasn't the greatest.
All right. Anthony Cruz says, I believe in Juan Cena. Alexander Fitzgerald says, so it looks like we could get Jack Perry versus Darby and possibly Okada versus Hangman at All In. Who did the Bucks face? If it's the Acclaimed, I'm done. So, okay, we need to talk about blood and guts here because it's looking like Hangman is joining up with the Elite as expected. And I'm thinking Darby is probably going to link up with Team AEW based on the fact that he's going to call out the Elite next week. So I'm just connecting dots here.
I would think so, Denise. Darby came out in his little thing and said he wasn't done with the Elite. He told the story. We know what they did to him at Double or Nothing. We watched it with our own 2 eyes. They murdered him while he was hanging, and he still wants revenge. And it makes kind of perfect sense for him to be involved, especially if they could tell a story with Swerve just announced today that he's going to be involved and they have a connection. And then the Jack Perry and the Elite, like it makes sense that Darby be involved in this.
Yeah. I don't know if Okada and Hangman are facing each other at All In. I honestly feel like right now it can go in so many directions. I don't feel like I'm set in stone on what I might expect for Okada or Hangman or even Darby or Jack Perry come All In. It doesn't feel, at least to me, not too clear who's going to be facing who just yet, because we have blood and guts, and I feel like we have to first see what happens there to get a better idea of where we might be by All In.
I could see Okada and Hangman. That one looks pretty good to me. Jack Perry. The MJF thing is now throwing me off because I initially thought they could maybe do Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship, but now I'm leaning towards they probably will do the Darby match, and Daniel might wrestle MJF. So I don't know. It's a lot in the air. They threw kind of a lot of stories at us tonight, didn't they, Denise?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like this carousel, and it's just a matter of who lands on who.
Right.
Also, because I saw their names so close together here, I at some point need to see Darby and Hangman. I think that is a fresh direction that we need to get to at some point.
Yeah, that's good.
We got Patrick Scroggins here, who's been a member for 13 months, says the ending of Dynamite was amazing. I agree. Crazy 101 says Mercedes tweeted all elite women and they cooking. Simon Renshaw says that ending was amazing. Mariah went full brutal. I love how everybody is loving Mariah's turn. So that was great. Sven Big says it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
Great.
Yes.
Now I want to listen to it. All right. Jesus Torres here sends in a super chat. Thank you so much. Didn't write anything, but we appreciate you, man. John Taylor here says Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, taking out security guards, and Mariah May taking out Tony and Luther. All elite women don't play. So while John Taylor here mentioned Britt Baker, let's get into that Britt Baker Mercedes Moné segment. It was a rather quick one. It wasn't as crazy as what we got last week, but we did get an interesting line. I want to get your thoughts on when Mercedes decided to pull and use Bret Hart's line in Canada. Talk about some freaking heat with that. I thought, oh, girl, you brave for pulling that out in Canada.
I loved it because, again, it's adding on to Mercedes is going full heel. She knew exactly what type of reaction that was going to get in Canada, and it got exactly that. I knew as soon as she's like, I'm the best there is, I'm like, I can't believe she's doing this. And then she did it, and the crowd's like, you can't do that in Canada. And it set Britt up for an even bigger reaction. Mercedes is really good at getting her a big reaction.
Yeah, I agree. I think the second that Britt came out, I really felt it in the crowd where that was, I know you said the crowd really wasn't that great, but I did feel their excitement for Britt when she did come out.
She's over.
Yeah, good for her, man. So anyways, this was very quick. And also I just realized I did keep a bitch counter on here. And I was wrong in my original assessment where I said there was 4. No, there was 3 bitches. And I say this because right here I wrote in my notes, Mercedes calls bitch again, ... third bitch. So there was 3. All right, 3. ... third bitch. Mercedes. All right.
Why were you keeping a bitch counter, Denise?
Because if I notice it, I write it down.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's the word. That's the way it works. Okay, but either way, I mean, there wasn't too much to say about this. It's really just what we just talked about with Mercedes and Britt. But Mercedes running away. I never thought that's a visual that I would see. She's getting more, she's really leaning into this now in terms of not just being a heel, but do we want her to be a cowardly heel? That's not CEO vibes.
I don't know if I'd say that's a cowardly heel and kind of the way
she ran, Reg. She ran. If a man confronted you, would you run?
Run? That's a lot. That's a big word. Run?
She ran.
She's a heel.
Yeah, but there's heels and there's cowardly heels.
You think that made her look cowardly?
Yes. I wouldn't run. I would, even if I was being like a dick, I would rather stay there and take my beat on, but I don't know, whatever.
See?
Fine, whatever. I just think that running makes you a coward. Running away from a fight makes you a coward, whether you're in the wrong or you're in the right.
Okay. No, that's something to stand on.
Okay.
That's a chola mentality. I see, Denise.
It's a what mentality?
Chola mentality.
What?
Chola mentality.
What is trolla?
Chola? You don't know what a chola is?
You're saying chola. I was like, chola. What's trolla? Are you calling me a chola?
I mean, that's mentality.
Reg,
like, don't run.
You said what you said. You know what? I will tell you this much. All right. In school, I was bullied a shit ton, okay? Like, I don't talk about that often. But there was one time where this girl, did you ever hear the game where you have to say mercy? And if you say mercy, like they do stuff to you and they try to get you to say mercy, right? Like that's the whole thing. So I remember this girl who was way bigger than I was. She was a big girl. She got my hand and she twisted it all the way back.
Damn,
so far back like
Zack
this.
Sabre Jr.
She was freaking Chola Zack Sabre Jr. I'm not kidding you. She was Chola Zack Sabre Jr. All right. This is middle school. Reg, she grabs my arm. I'm standing up and she kept telling me, say mercy, say mercy. And I said, no, I'm not going to say mercy. Homegirl got me all the way on the floor, Reg. I was on the floor in pain. I went to public school. My school was super ghetto, okay? No one did anything. No one cared if you were getting bullied or beat up in school. No one gave a damn. So the girl bends my arm all the way to the floor. I am on the floor, Reg, and she kept telling me, say mercy.
You didn't tap out?
I didn't freaking say mercy. I didn't tap. I didn't say mercy. I didn't say any of that. I just laid there and I took it. I took it. Because I am not a coward.
That's Chola mentality too.
Reg. By the way, it's the first time I've ever shared that story.
Oh my
and to this day, like, you know, I was being bullied, but I didn't care. Reg, I was in so much pain. I was on the floor. My back was hurting. My legs went in. My legs caved in. And I did not say mercy.
You just stopped and walked away?
Yeah, eventually just stopped. We were in the front yard of the school. Eventually, someone was going to say something.
Damn, Denise, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
You made it. Where's that girl at now?
No idea.
You know, I know you be following her on Facebook.
No, I don't even remember her name. No, I don't remember her name.
It's like that. I see you, Denise. Respect.
But I'm just saying, if you're being bullied out there, you stand up for yourself.
Chola mentality, baby.
All right, we got JK Fishbowl Williams who says, it's wild that Tony has an old Hollywood gimmick and she got hit with a single white female con. What? I'm confused.
Single white female, it's a movie. It's kind of like become your friend, but then stab you in the back at the end.
All right. La Greca and Darby's pink shower robe says, just like the gonorrhea, AEW was on fire tonight.
Okay, all right, we're doing that.
Oh man. Bebe says, when I bought my ticket for next week's Dynamite, I never thought I'd be at the 250th episode. Now Mariah did the turn, and MJF and Osprey so excited. Dude, that 250th episode is looking good. Earlier, someone mentioned that we are going to be seeing Swerve versus Okada. What the hell do you think is going to even go down with that?
Big gulp, no 7-Eleven. I can't believe this match has been announced. I heard some rumblings like there's going to be a really big match on Dynamite 250, and I was like, oh, how big could it be? This is huge, I think. Today, somebody was just talking about Okada not defending his championship, and I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. But now he's about to wrestle Swerve. I don't care what happened previously. Swerve, I think, on the way to this all-in match, needs to build more of his resume because he's been building. He has one of the best matches of the year with Osprey, you know, the matches with Samoa Joe, Hangman, and all this. He needs a really big match, and I think a match like Okada, a win over Okada going into wrestling Bryan Danielson, big move.
Dude, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I don't want to see a situation. This is a hard one because they're both champions, right? Of course, the AEW World Championship trumps all the other belts, right? But the thing is, because we've seen, someone pointed out, Okada hasn't been wrestling that often on the show. He has sort of been reduced to the bitch line. And I feel you cannot have Okada go out there and lose, even if it is to the AEW World Champion, because of the way that the booking for Okada has been. So I'm conflicted in this match where I'm excited. It's going to be a good wrestling match, but I don't want to see Okada lose. But then at the same time, Swerve can't lose. He's the AEW World Champion. So it's like a situation where you either go to, I don't know.
You think they should not have booked it? Is it and painted themselves into a corner booking, you feel?
Only depending on the outcome. I have to see what happens here.
Because I don't think that Okada should be beating Swerve.
Of course, but then again, I don't think Swerve should be defeating Okada.
If it's a screwy finish, I'm going to be really mad too also. So
it's probably going to be a screwy finish or a time limit draw.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll take that too. That's the only way, because I just feel like I don't like the idea of either guy losing in this match.
Swerve.
We got Anthony Cruz. Like, here's the thing. Like with Will Ospreay. With Will Ospreay was different because Will Ospreay, we've been seeing him wrestle consistently since he came into AEW full time. We haven't seen that with Okada.
Does Okada need to lose a match though?
No.
Never?
I'm not saying never, but damn, not right now.
Again, you lose a match to the world champ. It's not that bad, yeah?
Not that bad. Not that bad. I don't like this for Okada. I need Okada to start being presented like I'm gonna be that person now. Sign me up. I'm that person now. I need Okada to be presented like Okada.
The writing's kind of on the wall, and I feel like Bryan Danielson is probably gonna beat Swerve at All In. So like, get Swerve some more wins before then is what I'm thinking.
Right. So far, it's the Christian win, the Will Ospreay win. Am I missing anything? What else am I missing?
He beat Claudio and
that was on Collision.
Kyle Fletcher.
Okay, so he's had 4 defenses?
4 to 5, something like that.
All right. I feel you. All right, we got Anthony Cruz says, May said, off with the head, thy shoe. We're getting some freaking Shakespeare over here. I don't know. Sheldon Jackson says, and what's crazy is the fact that both Tony and Mariah are under 30. Tony being 28 and Mariah. Tony's 28?
Damn, dude.
Why did I think she was like 32?
Me too.
I thought she was older because we've been talking about her for so many years now.
That's what I was going to say. We've just been seeing her on TV for so long. It seems like that.
Tony being 28, Mariah is 25. Also long-term storytelling because Luther never trusted Mariah and he was proven right tonight. Oh, poor Luther. Poor Luther went through a table on the outside. Disaster.
Luther has always been like, I don't really trust her. Like every video, he's never been like, all right, she's our friend now. And so he was right. He gets to say he was right.
Jesus Torres says heel Mercedes and Mariah May as heels is amazing. I agree. We got Big Hero Chris who says Tony didn't watch for the shoe, shaking my head.
Wow, ironic.
We got Dream Ninja 77 who says between WWE, AEW, NXT, TNA, Japan, women's wrestling is cooking. Mariah wins at All In and Jamie Hayter returns. I say yes and yes to both of those.
What do you want to see out of Jamie Hayter though? I
just want to see her come back and kick ass.
See, that's what I'm back onto where I was because Mariah May wins. Fine. She has a big celebration. Toni Storm wins and Jamie Hayter confronts Toni Storm. It doesn't hit as hard if Jamie Hayter confronts Mariah May because she don't know her, you know?
Right, but she don't have to know her. All she has to know is that she has her title.
But Tony's the one that took it from her, or essentially that got her to lose it.
So then she can go after both. She can go after both Tony and Mariah.
You don't know Mariah though,
okay.
Denise.
What if we go through a situation where, all right, well, let me paint it out. Tony versus Mariah. They have a hard-fought battle, blah, blah, blah. Mariah May has her celebration. Woo! She leaves. Toni Storm is there. She's like, and the crowd's like, oh, wow, Tony, you tried, whatever, or something along those lines. And then all of a sudden we hear Jamie Hayter's theme music play. And then Tony's like, oh.
You brought it back around. That might hit because Tony could sell like, I've been champion for this long. The crowd's going to cheer her for the great job that she did as champion. And then Jamie Hayter's coming to step on her. If Jamie Hayter's coming back heel, but that reaction she's going to get at that show, Denise, is going to be massive. They're not going to boot. You know what I mean? Like she has to be like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Hey, man, they're stepping on the gas. They can step on the gas here. Have
Double
Jamie
gas.
Hayter come in and don't stop. It doesn't have to be like, ooh, we got a big moment. Now let's just end it there and we all go home and call it a day. No, here's this big moment. Oh, shit. Here's another big moment.
A bigger moment. Yeah, okay. I see it.
You see what I'm saying? Come on.
Denise keeps bringing it back around. I'm with you.
All right. Grapple Geekery says, Mariah, it's the Chola mentality.
I'm saying Chola mentality. A lot of giggles.
All right. Grapple Geekery says, Mariah May is a savage. That was shockingly brutal. Agreed. I'm going to post my reaction on Instagram, but man, I hope they don't take me down.
You better do that black and white thing like WWE does.
Oh, I hate the black and white thing, though. It freaking sucks. I do that for YouTube sometimes, and I'm like, oh, this sucks.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it doesn't hit that same. Simone and Pat here says, do you really think Mariah is ready to be the champ? Yes. Based off let's just talk about just tonight. Those last final moments. Did she not sell you a freaking ticket tonight?
She did.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all I've got. I honestly think Mariah May does have it to be champion at all in.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think so too.
Patrick Moore said Mariah was like, I was tame, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. Reg is right. Tony deserves the win. That's a Taylor Swift lyric, Reg.
I was lost. I was tame, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean.
You got to listen to the song. That's my song. That's the song I relate to the most.
Oh, really? She talks about getting put in the submission hold at high school too.
You know, Reg,
I was tame, I was gentle, I was putting a submission in front of my school.
I would appreciate you making fun of the days where I was bullied.
I was tame, she wasn't gentle. She locked me up like a pretzel.
Hey, hard times breed better women. It goes both ways. Mentality. All right.
That's your shirt. Hard times breed better women. Chola mentality.
Oh man, we got LaGreca and Darby's pink shower robe who says, am I the only one that cares if Luther is okay or not?
They should probably check on Luther.
Yeah. Poor Luther. I was laughing my ass off when he was face forward and she was just like, oh. She's just hitting him. She would not stop just whacking him on the back with the shoe.
He played a great role too. I think he's going to be a great support system for Tony on the way out of this.
John Taylor says only one way for everyone to get their happy endings. Blue Chew. Promo code Denise. You know what's up. Yo, Dick, if you use Blue Chew.
Whoa,
right.
wait.
I know. Now D says, agreed, Denise. You don't build this plan by Mariah for this long for nothing. She's home. Tony's had her reign, and the feud would die if Mariah lost. Thank you. Come on, Reg. You're not new at this.
Denise, you saying I got WWE head of Vince McMahon mentality?
You're losing the plot, Reg.
I know, but sometimes it is good to see like the hometown person not get the big win.
What is wrong with you, Reg?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I know. It hits every time when just the hometown person wins. Yeah, I know.
Yes. Robert Cortez here just became a brand new DWL member. Thank you so much. We got Mike T90K who says the most WWE episode of Dynamite I've seen in a while. I'm not complaining. Let's see if the storyline makes All In epic AF. I didn't feel like this episode was WWE. In what way?
I don't know.
All right. Crazy 101 says, feels like Ricochet appears next week. I don't know when Ricochet is coming in. I have no idea.
Ricochet's coming. Hey, that's a good time. Dynamite 250. They're in like some South place. He's from the South. Makes a lot of sense.
Where's Ricochet from?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay. 2011 Cards fan says, Reg, stop confusing Denise.
It just happens sometimes.
Sheldon Jackson says Willow might have lost tonight, but she became CMLL Women's World Champion this Saturday at Fantastica Mania, or I should say Fantastica Mania versus Viva Van and Yuvia in a three-way dance. I didn't get to see that, so thank you so much for bringing that up.
No, it's happening this Saturday.
Oh, it's happening this Saturday.
Yeah.
No wonder I was like, I saw the whole graphic with freaking Stephanie Vaquer, and that's how the whole thing happened there.
Yeah, because there's some craziness going on. Like the homies made her They made her all her bookings. She's not doing any of them, and it's like
that's how I knew she had signed with WWE.
Exactly.
I saw that, I was like, "Yup, she signed," and I started freaking working on them clips. The second I saw that, because I knew for a fact had she signed with AEW that she would have done those dates, because of course they're in a working relationship, and AEW is not going to want to screw CMLL.
And that's what you do. My favorite thing is like, these people push working together, and they push these forbidden things. They prohibited portal and all this. But like, why did you screw 2 wrestling companies then? 3 companies.
I am SGA, says Reg. How's it feel to be a reaction meme on Twitter right now?
That's great. Shout out to your husband. That's my homie. He always has the best reactions to your wildness. Denise, I just want 1 minute. Don't get fully into it. You're a cat lady now?
Yeah, I know. I'm
Denise.
babysitting for 4 days. I'm babysitting. My sister is vacationing right now on a family vacation.
You can't become a cat lady, Denise.
So here's the thing, Reg, that I think it's happening because she had already brought the cat over a couple of times, and I started to warm up to it. But the cat didn't like me. The cat hated me. But now that I'm the cat's sole provider for food, and I clean her litter box. This cat has started to show me love, Reg, and it's nice. She rubs her little tail on me, and then she licked me, Reg. She licked me, and she purred. She went,
oh
purr,
no,
and she meowed, and then she looked at me, and I was like, oh no. And so, by the way, my husband's sick of me right now.
I'm like, how did you let this happen?
He's mad that this cat has become my entire personality. And it really has. Reg, my whole phone is pictures of Kitty.
Denise, you can't become a cat. Denise.
That's my gallery. It's just a bunch of
you had a kid. There's 5,000 photos of cats. Oh my God, Denise, you can't. You're out of the house too much. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I'm like, your schedule would not permit.
No, I'm home. I work from home.
I guess. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah, and so and it's crazy. I find myself talking to the cat. I tell
you're out of here.
I give the cat a play-by-play of my day.
Oh my God.
I've been Googling. I watched a video, Reg, on YouTube that tells you what sound each cat makes and what it means, because I was trying to figure out what she was trying to tell me, because she was making the sound and I'm like, what does that mean? Are you in pain? Like, what's
Did you figure
happening?
It out?
Yeah, it's called trilling or trill sounds. And apparently that just means they want
shout
attention.
Out to UGK. It's trill.
I don't know. But
she's trill.
The point is she was making trill sounds, and so I guess that meant that she wanted some love.
That cat's
attention.
Trill? That's crazy. From Houston? Your cat's from Texas? That's wild.
You lost me here, Reg. I'm done. The point is we're bonding, okay?
Denise's cat.
We got Crazy 101 here who says, fun game. If you could pick one AEW star to face Cena, who would you pick? Hope AEW gets Megan Bayne. How many matches do you see All In having total?
This is a fun game.
One AEW star to wrestle John Cena.
Kenny. It's got to be Kenny Omega.
I don't feel like I could top that. I would say, just to give a different answer, Darby Allin.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
For no reason at all. Just
I feel like
booking.
they would have a really fun match for some reason. That's a really good one.
All right. And how many matches do I see All In having? The normal that it normally does. They usually do 13, 15 matches total?
Something like that. Yeah, I was gonna say 15 matches.
Vic Thornton says Mariah May should win if Jamie Hayter comes back at All In.
Mariah should win if Hayter comes back. Well, I guess, yeah, if Hayter's going to come back to the babyface pop with the heel, I guess it could work.
Simone and Pat says, what do you think of all the women of color on Ring of Honor? Am I crazy?
Why do you think they put them, I think is what they're saying.
Sorry. I haven't watched Ring of Honor, so I'm completely out of the loop.
I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it. Like, Athena's there, Red Velvet's there, Queen Aminata's there. Like, it's, and like, it's prevalent, but it's a good thing. I don't know. That's their show. That's where I'm taking it. I'm like, hey, they're getting shine. They're main eventing and stuff. Maybe we should just celebrate it. But I also understand if you don't.
We got Carter Street here who says, hey guys, just wanted to send some support for the pod. Y'all are hilarious to listen to at work and definitely make my wrestling podcast out here. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. I love when people say nice things about our podcast. So yeah. Cool. David Primero says, Mariah May is a win. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever your name is, meh, like a goat face he is. Sorry, not sorry. I prefer Hangman. I bet it would turn to a three-way match at All In. What do you think? Well, considering that I have been rooting for Bryan Danielson to win this tournament from the very beginning, I am over the damn moon. That match, Reg, we haven't even gotten into the match portion. We kind of jumped into all of the other stuff, but Bryan, Hangman, we saw some shit. It went down.
These guys have chemistry. I've learned all of their matches have hit so hard, and I love the extra added story of Hangman's a dick. Now he comes out and he spits at Jeff Jarrett's feet, and you're like, oh, Hangman is really angry at this. And the whole match, he's just trying to kill Bryan Danielson. He's going for his head and his neck. The things that we know affect Bryan, and we know he's going to sell, and then that's going to affect us. Hangman's all over him for the whole match. Bryan is 100% Bryan Danielson, the baby face that we love. He's bleeding. He's fighting from behind for most of the match. He's doing crazy dives. He does this springboard when he was going. It looks like he's going to springboard. I'm like, Bryan, are you doing this? He hasn't done this springboard tope kung hilo that he used to do in like 2008 in a long time, but he busted it out here in this match. This was a great way to start the show. And with it added on to the story of Hangman being like, so he's too angry to win the match. Like that's the story that they were telling going into this of like, he's so focused on Swerve. That was the downfall of like, he thinks like, I'm just going to kill Bryan Danielson and get right to Swerve, but not focusing on that. It takes a lot. You can't just kill Bryan Danielson. It's a different strategy you have to employ. And he didn't employ that strategy. This was a classic, like, I feel like this would have hit harder if it was the main event, but it still was an incredible, like 5-star matchup between both guys. Bryan Danielson is going to Wembley Stadium like we all figured. I figured you guys were lying to yourself. And I'm really excited about this.
So one of the things that you mentioned is that, again, because it wasn't the main event, I feel like they did make the right call, though, on who should be the main event. I do think that based off of the ending that we closed out with Mariah May beating the life out of Toni Storm, I think that was the right call for the main event, for sure.
Yeah, with the ending and how it went off and how excited everybody is here, they made the right choice having the women in the main event.
Jason Edwards says, I think Danielson wins the title at Wrestle Dream instead of All In. Maybe he beats Hangman after he wins it from Swerve at All Out. The reason why I think it's happening at All In is because All In is a huge show, guys. Like, this is Wembley Stadium. This is the second year that they're running it back, and I feel like you want to give people these memorable holy shit moments. And oh my God, when was it when Bryan was talking about the British Bulldog? He had talked about him in a press conference in terms of like having a moment like that, like he did at SummerSlam, and I just watched it, so now it's fresh in my mind. He had talked about that somewhere, either in an interview or a press conference. I read that somewhere. Where did I read that?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
There. So hey. It's even happening even more now.
I kind of feel like this is the moment they wanted to have last year, Denise. Like they wanted like it's now all we can think about is looking CM Punk and Jack Perry fighting. But I think like they wanted to have like a big ending where we think back and like, hey, remember when this thing happened? We're going to get that now this year. Like I'm going to say it every podcast that we lead up to this. The end of this show, Bryan Danielson's the AEW World Champion and the whole crowd's doing yes and everybody's crying. That's an amazing scene. Like that's something you can't replicate, and they have to do it now because when else would they do it?
Yeah, man. Damn, I wasn't going to go to All In, and now I'm thinking that maybe I should, but I can't. John Taylor says, forget 4 pillars. It's 4 bitches of AEW.
I don't know if I can say that one.
Can you imagine someone completely taking this out of content? Righteous Reg and Denise Salcedo out here promoting the 4 bitches of AEW.
Leave me out of this. I want 0 parts.
But Reg, we got all 4 today, by the way. Technically, because technically it's Okada's. So now the 4 bitches would be Okada, Mercedes, Swerve, and Will. because they all
four
said it.
bitches of AEW is crazy.
Amir F says, for the sickos, for the bitches.
That's it. Look at y'all. Look what y'all done started.
Is there another curse word that they can say and get away with besides bitches?
They got to figure it out if there is.
Right, because I feel like you can't say mother effer.
Like they can't spam it. They try to do shit, but like I think they only get like 2 shit. Hard. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not the same. Yeah, bitch still hits pretty hard. It's always fun. Like it could be like mean. It could be funny. It could be so many different things.
Yeah. William Buhner says Simon Miller already has the bitch counter. Does he really? Holy smokes! I'm glad that somebody did it because that just shows you that it's obvious.
Yep. And they would have been like, look at Denise stealing Simon Miller's stuff. Good thing we found out before. Thank you, guys.
I know, seriously. Like Greca and Darby's pink shower robe says, Denise, I can't wait for the bitcho meter next week.
I'm just looking at the comments. It's so funny. Bastard, hoe, ass.
But bastard is Pax because he used that. Wait, what's the other one? Bastard?
Hoe.
Ass.
You
You're an ass.
Yeah, ass don't hit hard. I like hoe though.
You hoe?
Yeah, hoe hits pretty good.
No, I don't think you can. That doesn't sound right.
What do you mean?
Okay, because if a man calls a man a hoe, you can do that? I've never heard that.
As someone who, has been called that, yeah.
And then if a woman calls another woman a hoe, it's like, oh, you're slut shaming her. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it doesn't work for either or scenario.
Just know, Denise, men can be hoes too. That's a lesson for today.
Well, I know they can be, but I just didn't know that they could be called that.
Yeah, you a hoe.
I've never heard another man call another man a hoe.
You haven't been outside enough.
I am stunned right now.
I've heard a bunch of men because y'all some hoes, a lot of them.
William Buhner says, at least it doesn't look like the Acclaimed are going to be in Blood and Guts match. Aren't they? I think they are.
Why does he say it doesn't look like it? There's 5 people.
They're gonna be in it. There's room. What are we talking about?
And what's his face is all the way out. Cash Wheeler.
What about him?
Like he's all the way injured. There's no way he could be in this. Because that's the only way.
Going on with him.
That's the only way that the Acclaim's not going to be in this. If FTR is going to be in this, and I don't think FTR is going to be in this.
But I don't think FTR is going to be in this either because they were already in Anarchy in the arena, and I feel like FTR, Young Bucks, been there, done it. Quite a few already, don't you think?
Right.
All right, we got Speed Punk here who says the Bomb Pop van came to my brother. Oh, the Bomb Pop van came to my brother's neighborhood. He missed the end of AEW tonight because of the line. P.S. They ran out of him, which he got when he got to the window. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Have you ever chased down an ice cream man, Reg?
I haven't, but Denise, that's going to, like, when I retire from wrestling, that's what I want to do with my life. I want to drive an ice cream truck.
For real?
I do. Yeah.
Why?
That's so bad. What do you mean? Why? It's so much fun. You drive around with the music and ice cream to people. How happy are people when the ice cream man pulls up? Like, that's the happiest moments of all time. You don't want to give that joy to someone, Denise?
I'm sorry. I just never pictured you as an ice cream man.
Man, with the little hat, and I make my own ice cream truck music.
How's it going to be like boom, boom, boom?
Yeah, exactly.
Down the street, boom.
He's
boom,
coming.
Boom.
I'm just like, doom, doom, doom. Like, I'm telling you, man.
No, I would not want to be an ice cream man only because, like, I would get tired of driving around the streets. It's too much. I hate driving so much.
Oh yeah, see, you gotta like driving for it.
But then you have to drive slow too. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. You have big rims. You ride slow down the street. You're chilling. You eating ice cream all day? I mean, like,
so that's your retirement plan?
That's it. When I retire from this wrestling shit, I'm about to be the ice cream man.
All right, I feel you. You better come down my street, bro. You better not fucking speed up when I'm calling you, Reg.
I've been to your house and I've been to your street.
Oh,
I'm turning the NOS on. Vin Diesel.
Actually, I live in a old white people's neighborhood.
Totally, yeah. Nobody want no ice cream over there.
Yeah, my husband makes the joke. He's like, you brought the ghetto to this street. He's like, you're the loudest person on this block. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the ghetto in the street.
That's kind of a fact, though. He wasn't lying about that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But on the bright side, no one did fireworks.
What?
Yeah, and like my area, no fireworks.
Really?
Like, let's effing go.
Wow. Mine's are about, what time is it? They're about to start again. It's 8 p.m. They're going to start again pretty soon here in Oakland.
Yeah. But there's just a bunch of old people on my street, which I like because everybody's quiet.
It is super quiet over there now.
And there's
nobody even outside.
There's no street lights. Did you notice? There was no street lights outside. It's completely dark.
Usually in the places like that with old people, they just shut down at a time, and that's how it feels like. Like, it's like 8 p.m. We're done here. I'm like, what do you mean we're done here? I can't see.
My T90K says Salcedo stories is my favorite segment of the show.
Yeah, she got a bunch, and then she'd be like, I don't know if I've ever told this. Like, how many more do you have?
Oh, dude, I have so many stories. You don't even know.
You
don't even know. Yeah. Matt says the visual of Mariah May and Tony Storm reminded me of Cody and Brody. Shattered TNT title ending of Dynamite a couple years ago. Dang, I haven't thought about that in a while. So yeah, that's awesome.
Y'all memories be crazy, I swear.
I know. We got a lot of William Washingtons in here.
Straight up.
We got R89 here says Takeshita should be the one to beat Will Ospreay. Dude, yes. I would be 1000% on board with that. Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. R89, he's the one. That's the one.
We got LaGreca and Darby's pink shower rope. It says Toni Storm isn't 28. She's timeless.
I see what you did there.
Crazy 101 says, look at Mercedes' recent tweet.
What she said?
You want to pull that up, Reg, while I read these super chats here? John Taylor says, crazy Chola cat lady Denise Salcedo. My God. I'll be throwing them cats at the mother girls. All right. LaGreca, Darby's pink shower robe says, I dare Denise to make a flip book of Kitty's pics. I should, because I've been wanting to post them places, but I didn't want to get on people's nerves, though.
Mercedes says, to celebrate AEW Dynamite 250 next week in Little Rock, I am going to have an open challenge for my TBS title. The challenge is open to any woman on the AEW roster except real Britt Baker. Open challenge next week. It's going to be a big show next week.
Who do you think's answering that? Watch, it's going to be Serena Deeb.
You put this in the air too, Denise. This is your fault.
You know that's what they're gonna do.
I was not thinking of that, and here comes Denise. It's gonna be
She had a promo the other day. I watched it where she had said that she was gonna come back and do all these things.
No, she's feuding with Riho. Oh, Riho got injured. Fuck.
It's gonna be Serena Deeb.
It's gonna be Serena Deeb. Oh, it could be Natty.
Are they still in Canada next week?
No.
I don't know their schedule. All right. Well, we'll see what the hell happens. Sheldon Jackson says, has the cat been in the studio yet? Yes, she has. She was pulling on Black Dowdus's mask over there. Gotham Guy says, tonight's ending of Dynamite with Mariah is a perfect example of storyline and giving you what you expect, but not in the way that you expected. Her beatdown was fire. I agree with that because, again, we all knew it was coming. We just didn't know when.
Yep.
That's what she said. William Buhner says, there's nobody better than your channel, Denise. You're amazing. Reg is okay as well. But Denise is showing how much of a chola she is. Oh my God, I could not be being called a chola.
That's what you are.
Upon.
No.
Did you know that it's looked down upon?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But don't be a hater. The cholas were the coolest women.
William Buhner. Didn't they do that for Grand Theft Auto?
What?
Didn't they have like a Latina girl for Grand Theft Auto now? Grand Theft Auto 6? Did that come out already?
I don't think so.
I was very excited when I saw that. That was like, oh, I feel represented. This could be me.
Representation, yes.
This could be me.
That could be you, yes.
We got John Taylor here who says Rhea Cholas get a portrait of the cat spray painted on the hood and a big Salcedo sticker on the back window. Bro, I feel like I got to get the cat's paw as a tattoo. with my husband's lips right here. And his name in handwriting.
With my husband's lips.
I'm gonna have the cat paw, husband's lips, and a little bag of hot Cheetos.
Straight up Patrola. That's hella funny.
Dude, you know how CM Punk has the big ass Pepsi logo tattoo? I'm gonna put hot Cheetos right here.
A big ass hot Cheetos bag.
And on the other side, a bagel. Oh man. All right. Rafael Garcia says, while I would have preferred Swerve versus Bryan Danielson at Wrestle Dream as Bryan Danielson's last match, seeing both of them are from Washington, the match will slap regardless. Happy 10. I'm telling you, man, I know a few people have mentioned this before, but we can get a situation where we have a rematch and stuff.
I mean, we can still do a big Bryan match. Like maybe that is where he holds the championship till Wrestle Dream. I guess we could do a rematch there. That would hit pretty hard.
Crapple Geekery says, I'm definitely a hoe.
Listen, the game is the game. I'm trying to tell you.
Brian G. Myrtle Beach says, I'm a jigga hoe for real, Denise. No? For Denise. Do I want a jigga hoe? Dude, you know what came up? By the way, I'm insulted by YouTube. You want to know what came up? Okay, so I logged into YouTube, and as you guys know, your homepage recognizes you all these types of videos, right? They recommended me a video on how to get a pay pig. Why would they recommend that to me?
Yo, I mean, your algorithm does it for a reason, Denise.
But I haven't looked at any of that.
What you been looking at?
I even thought to myself, why are they putting me on this?
Did you look at it?
No, I didn't click on it, although I kind of wanted to.
I'm like, oh, I'd like to know a couple of the reasons.
Bro, I just learned that term like 2 years ago. Anyways, I was just very surprised by why YouTube would recommend me that.
Watch it.
John Taylor says, Reg, can I get a Choco Taco?
Choco Taco? Yeah, I got you.
Oh, is it the Choco Taco or is it Choco Taco? I haven't had one of those.
Ever?
No, they never caught my attention. I'm not in. They're the ones with the bread, the little wafer. Like the wafer taco, right?
I don't want to be racist here, but
they're the taco ones, right?
A Mexican.
They never looked good to me.
A taco never caught your eye. That'd be like me seeing some chicken and being like,
right?
it wasn't really good for me.
Yeah, no, because I don't like wafers. Like the little bread. I'm looking at it
right
now.
Drumsticks?
No, I never eat the drumstick. I only eat the ice cream and I throw away the drumstick. I don't like.
Throw it away?
Yeah, I don't like drumsticks and I don't like the waffle cones and those types of things. So if I see bread, like a bready type of whatever it's supposed to be, I don't like it.
Calling it bread.
What is it? I don't know what the hell it's made of.
Bread.
Wafer? It's the same thing why I don't like Kit Kat. I don't like the little bread in it or whatever the hell it is. I don't like it, Reg, okay?
The bread.
I am a chocolate banana bomb pop person or the strawberry. You best remember this, Reg. This is going to be my order.
I got you. Look, I'm registered. These are all the ice creams I'm going to order. You going to say the strawberry shortcake?
Yeah, the strawberry shortcake, bomb pop, and I need you to also have sundaes. And if you need to have the nacho maker, you have nachos.
Hold on a minute, you trying to do a lot out here.
You need to have nachos. You need to offer hot Cheetos with cheese. You gotta.
I'm with you. Those are the hood ice cream trucks. They have snow cones too. Like you can get whatever you want on there. Yeah,
you know my local ice cream truck. That was my local ice cream truck for years. It was very well known that the ice cream was a cover-up. They weren't really there for the ice cream, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to be like that. Just get ice cream. We ain't got nothing else on here. I'm super high while on here, but we don't got weed on here.
Oh, man. All right. So we got just Ricardo here who says hashtag Mariah May massacre, hashtag rip Tony. Sheldon Jackson says Denise has become the Chola bully on this podcast, Reg. Coming full circle as a bully heel, especially when it comes to Swifties. I would fight anyone.
I think it was that one episode where I tried to troll you about Dave Grohl and you were, you weren't having it.
I was about to get your arm. Say mercy, Reg. Say mercy, Reg.
Chola Zack Sabre Jr.
Bro, and I have the memory. It's so in my head. Like we were literally standing in front of the attendance office when this happened. What did you do?
Like, what did you do? You were just one of those kids that got picked on. I get you. I get it.
Yeah, it's not fun having a funny voice.
Nerd. Look at you turn into a career though. You big nerd.
Depressing times. Depressing times. Yeah, do you know how many times my mom had to call the school? It was heartbreaking, Reg.
I know what kind of kid you were.
I tell my mom, by the way, to this day, and parents, if you're listening, take some advice here. Do not call the principal.
Don't call the principal.
And say, my daughter has no friends and we need her to make friends. Can you set something up? Reg, my mom did that to me. To this day, I told her, Mom, how could you do that to me? My mom called the school, Reg,
No.
and she said, I was in math class, okay? They pulled my ass out of math class, okay?
No.
They were like, oh, can we have Denise and some other girl? And I didn't even know the other girl, who she was or anything. And they called us both to the principal's office, and I had no idea why. And so I show up and I sit down, and the principal starts off with, Denise's mom called. And she said,
what grade are you in?
Freshman year, high school. I had changed schools. And she calls my mom. The principal goes, she goes, Denise's mom called. And she says, Denise is having a hard time making friends and accumulating.
In fucking high school, dude? Oh my God.
And she literally chose the most like preppiest girl. I was in preppy. Like that was not my vibe. I was more of the more of the basket case type. Mm-hmm. And she chose the preppiest girl at school. It gets worse. She tells the girl, can you bring Denise around your friends so that you can, get to know each other and all of this, right? So she says, yeah. Of course, the girl's going to be like, yeah, that's fine. So the next day at lunch, I have to go and hang out with this girl because the principal and my mom set it up. And Reg, it was the worst shit ever because you know how it is in high school. Everybody's around the table. And everybody's talking to everybody. And I was like,
standing there awkwardly like some weird nerd. Who's this weird nerd? Why is she standing over here?
Yes. And it's because my mom didn't like the kids that I was hanging around with. I was hanging around the bums. All right. Let's be weird. The kids that I was hanging out with were smoking. They were hanging out by the freaking wall, drinking. The weirdos with the black clothes and skateboarding. Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? Those are my friends. And so my mom was not very, thrilled with that. And she wasn't thrilled that I was, lonely at this new school. And I was like, girl, I've been here for like 2 weeks. And she called the mother effing principal.
No, what did she like? She thought that was going to help you?
Yeah. And no, it gets worse. I recently found out not too long ago. I found out through my sister. All right. I found out about like 3 weeks ago or like a month ago that my mom also called one of the sports teams that I was on middle school and asked the coach to put me in the game. This whole time, I never knew that my mom fucking called.
You thought you had skills.
I thought they just chose me. And the way that I found out was because she was planning on doing that to my little brother in football. And she had told my sister, oh yeah, I did that for Denise when she was in sports. And so my sister told me, and I just found this out like last month.
Oh, last month you said, Denise?
Like last month I found out. I had no idea my whole life. I had no idea my mom called to make sure that they got me to play on the team.
And what did she say? She just like, what's up?
I haven't confronted her about it.
You haven't confronted her about it yet?
I forgot.
You gonna save it till like Thanksgiving, or are you gonna give it to her next time?
I just forgot to mention. I was like, "How could you do that, Mom?" Like, I'm still not over the principal school, the friend thing. I'm not over that.
No, the friend thing is that's crazy. Your mom to call the school and be like, "Hey, can you set my daughter up on a play date?" It's crazy.
No, you have no idea what it's like to hear the words Denise's mom called. That was death, Reg. Denise's mom called.
Denise's
mom. First thing she said.
And freshman year too, Denise. That's death. Denise's mom called. Nobody wants to hear that their mom called in high school, dude.
Yeah. It happens. John Taylor says, I'm literally crying tears of laughter. I'm not crying because I'm scarred.
That's crazy. You got Zack Sabre Jr. Your mom embarrassed you. Like, you can't. Jeez Louise.
John Taylor says, and also I should tell you that my mom has been wanting to call my sister's job, and I told her, please, Mom, don't do that. I'm like, let my sister's 19. But her manager
tell your mom she can't.
Her manager was being a bitch and she didn't want to give my sister a break. And my sister was like, you know, she doesn't know how to speak up at 19.
I mean, so if your mom's calling and wrecking shop,
she called me. She's like, Denise, I want to call this manager and, you know, talk to them about not giving Mariah a break. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. I was like, Mom, you cannot do that. So my mom has a history of this.
But honestly, sometimes that works to your advantage. Like if that lady sucks, I'd be like, hey, Mom, call up there and talk shit to her. That's what I would do.
Yeah, who knows? That happens sometimes. She's
shout out to your
Latina moms, guys. What can I say?
Look, she's just trying to protect her family. That's it.
Latina moms. Oh man. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got John Taylor who says Denise rejecting the Choco Taco hurts me real deep. He also says this podcast is therapy for Denise. I know. I'm gonna go home and cry because I said too much. Alejandro Reyes says my dog passed away on Sunday. The pod helped tonight. Alejandro, I'm so sorry, man. That's part of the reason why I don't want to get a pet, because I can only imagine how much it hurts, and I don't want to go through that. I'm sorry, Alejandro.
Rest in peace to your dog, Alejandro. 100% the number one reason why I don't have any pets is because, I can't add any extra people that can die. And I just see how attached people really get. Like, some people have their dogs for like 15 years, and how do you not? You know what I mean? So rest in peace to your dog.
Yeah, I know. LaGreca and Darby's pink shower robe says before Denise deletes it, watch her first vid, Squeaky.
What video?
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Squeaky.
John Taylor says, as the son of a Mexican mom, I feel seen right now. Thank you. Thank you.
It's the game.
Sven Big says, virtual hug, super chat. We love you, Denise. Now everyone knows my truth. Mike T90K says, Denise, when you have 5 kids, you will be just like your mom. I hope not. I won't call. I swear to God, I will not call their school.
I kind of feel like you will, though.
It depends on the situation.
See, look, you're already out. You're like, oh, maybe it depends.
Oh man,
at least not in high school, Denise. Leave it out of high school. That's it.
We talked about everything on the show, right? No,
we talked about a lot. I don't know.
The last thing we didn't talk about was Samoa Joe, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho putting Samoa Joe through the forklift. That was freaking cool. That was the thing I was going to say earlier that I was going to put over the learning tree. For once, they were entertaining. You put a man through a forklift, I'm gonna pop.
You want to say my line or should I say it?
Oh, no, hell no. You say it. I ain't going to say it. I ain't there yet.
I like the learning tree.
I'm going to call your mom, Reg. We're going to have a little talk. That's how this podcast is ending. I'm going to call your mom. You know, Reg is out here supporting the learning tree. You need to talk to your son.
I mean, honestly. Shout out to Mia.
Oh man. Someone says this is my villain origin story.
Yeah. What happened to Samoa Joe though? They jacked him up. Was that a write-off?
No, I think he's just going to come back with meaner, wanting more vengeance.
Gotcha.
Samoa Joe has been one of the best things of this storyline. They can't write him off.
Okay.
All right. That's all we got. Somehow this podcast turned into a therapy
insane
session.
Show, yeah.
I know. Reg, next week I'm going to need your stories, please.
I'll bring some.
All right. Bring what scarred you?
I got a couple. It's going to get deep next week, you guys.
We should just have a bonus podcast. Let's talk about our problems.
We're just going to talk about all the things that scarred us as young children. Yes, bring your tea, you guys.
Alrighty, everyone. That's the show for today. As always, thank you guys so much. Before we go, I just want to remind everybody that we still have the giveaway for AEW All In. As a matter of fact, I pushed it because I hadn't promoted it enough. So please, if you guys want to get a chance to win, to get to watch AEW All In for free on pay-per-view, go to Apple Podcasts, leave a nice review. The link is in the description box below, and we're going to do a live drawing. Now the date is July 31st, so let's get more people in there, and we can do this drawing.
Are you going to do a live watch-along? I might do a live watch-along for All In.
For All In?
Yeah.
All In. Oh, that's in London. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's the morning one. It's like at 10 a.m. I don't know about that. Or maybe I'll take that back.
We should do one, Reg. Let's do one.
Because we could do the post-show right afterwards.
Because I'm not going to be at All In.
Right. That's what kind of why I was like, maybe we should do that.
We should do that. Let's say it right now. You can't back out. Reg and I will be here on the channel live doing a breakfast watch-along with tea and crumpets.
And mimosas for me. I know tea and crumpets.
For bro, I don't even know what the fudge crumpets are. I just hear English people say it. I don't know what a crumpet is.
You've been out there. I ain't been out there.
Yeah, but I still don't know what a crumpet is. I'm assuming it's a croissant.
Something like it. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God, people are saying bring my mom for the watch along.
Bring your mom.
Oh no.
Bring your mom.
Not with you on this podcast.
Oh yeah, bring your mom.
Crazy 101 says Joe has to film season 2 of Twisted Metal. Oh, I forgot about that. You're on to something with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
He was the best part of this though, so now we're not gonna have him there.
I mean, he's gonna come back and get revenge. It won't be too long.
I don't know how long it takes to film, so
me neither.
Thank you so much, Crazy 101, for letting us know. We're not thinking too much. All right, we got one more super chat here. Actually, we got 2 more. Thank you so much for you guys sending these in. We got John Taylor, who says Denise's mom called me and told me to send this. Thanks, Mom. Amazing.
Y'all are wild.
Amazing. Lawrence Ross says, sorry, so late today. Osprey versus MJF next week. Thank you so much for hopping in. Better late than ever. We kind of recap this, but just to kind of answer your super chat here. I don't know how this is going to end because, again, I feel like Osprey should not be losing to MJF right now. And somehow, some way, they need to get this to happen at All In and not just on Dynamite 250. Like, this is huge. I'm sorry. I thought this was an All In match.
I think Osprey might. I mean, I think MJF might beat him, Denise. I don't know.
So then fine. MJF versus Pac?
No. I don't think that they said that match is going to be at All In, but I think that we could also.
Regardless, the match would happen though.
Yeah.
The Pac MJF match would happen because he's getting a shot at the International Championship.
Yeah, every time you bring that part up, I'm like, nah, forget it. Yeah, it'll be Osprey and Pac for sure.
Right. So I don't know, man. This completely threw me off. I was not expecting this match on Dynamite 250.
Mm-hmm.
It was nuts, honestly. But we'll see what they do, and hopefully, it's a cool outcome that gets us everything we want, which is we're asking for a lot here. Actually, no, we're not. They made it seem like this was happening at All In. This is happening at All In. Somehow, some way, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much to Lawrence Ross. All right, I think we got everything there now. This was a long stream, but thank you so much to everybody who hung out with us. We appreciate you guys. Reg, what do you got going on?
Grapsody is this week. Shout out to Philip Lindsay. Who We Are. They just announced today. They put out a video. Who We Are Part 2. Dedication AEW Black Superstars is coming out on July 18th. Something about it 2 hours after Dynamite next week. That's going to be really dope. So you guys definitely, I think you can like pre-save it in your streaming service or whatever. I don't know if it's official on Who Got What, but I'm on one song on there. So definitely check that out.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, what's up? All right, guys. You guys heard that. Good news from Reg. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe if you're new here. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.